from Create with Scrimpingmommy. I'm here back doing some more work on my big book of ephemera. So I've created this journal. I've done a tutorial on creating the actual journal, and I've done a few tutorials on different handmade ephemera. And this book, I'm just going to fill it with all of my handmade ephemera and do tutorials along the way. So if you are new here, please do click the subscribe button. And there's also a playlist in the description box below of other handmade ephemera ideas, okay, which you can adapt with whatever you've got in your crafty stash. Just use what you've got. So today I'm doing a version of a stacked envelope, but mine has a bit of a twist. And now I've made this before quite a while ago, and I thought I'd do it again. So I've got 3 envelopes here. Okay, it doesn't really matter what colour they are. You can change the colour. It doesn't really matter what size they are or thickness. But the idea is we're going to end up with 3 envelopes that decrease in size. So these are the same size, so I'm going to cut this one down. Okay, so I'm just going to get my trimmer and I'm just going to cut this one down. So let me see where I want it. Okay, that one's going to go on top of that one, and I want them staggered, so I just want to cut it to about there. So I'm doing it very much by eye, and I'm cutting it off of the, you know, the length rather than the height. So let me just see. Yeah, about there's right. No precise measurement, you just want 3 that go down in size, and we can glue that shut at a later date. Okay, so then what you want to do is decide which one's going to be your base one, which is typically your largest. Okay, and then just gently release where it's glued. Now if you're struggling with where it's glued, one tip is to blast it with a heat gun. That will melt the glue. Or if you want to coffee and tea dye them, adding some water to them can help them unstick, and then just dry them out. But it doesn't matter if it tears a bit, it doesn't matter if it looks a bit tatter, none of it matters. Okay, so that's that one. So that is going to go, we will glue it back together when we've done. Now that's going to go, and this part's going to go on the edge of my page. Okay, and then my next size I want to open that way. And now I'm not just going to glue it straight on there because I don't want to show that flap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide where I want it. Okay. So that's going to go on the edge of my page. I probably want it about there so that it opens. It's going to open that way anyway, so it doesn't matter if it peeks off the edge of my page. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very gently, I'm also going to have mine at a bit of a slant just for extra interest. I'm going to very gently, I don't want it too close to the edge there. Okay, so just bear in mind if you don't want it peeking too far out of your journal. Okay, because I'm over explaining it, but this is going to wrap around your page so that it doesn't have to be fixed. Okay, you want to make sure that this obviously is no bigger than that. And then this is going to go here. So you don't want it like that, because then obviously when your journal's closed, it's going to look ridiculous. So you just want it about there. Let's have a look. If I shut my journal, it's not peeking out too much. Okay, it might peek out a bit, don't matter. All right. So, and you know, if you decide it's too big, you can always trim the bottom off and re-glue it. It doesn't matter, it's still going to function. So I'm going to place it where I want it, and then I'm going to draw a line. Okay, and then with that in place, okay, bearing in mind I want that one opening that way, and then I want the top one to open the opposite way. Okay, I'm going to then place my top one as well. Okay, and I'm going to place a line. Okay, so then I can open all of this, and where that line is, I'm just going to grab my cutting mat and a metal ruler, and I'm just going to cut away a sliver. Okay, Then I'm going to see if my envelope flap will feed through without having to, you know, cut an actual chunk out. Okay, which it does. Okay, so then it's going to open like so, and I will glue that on the inside of there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably ink everything first. Okay, so that's that one. So that's my base. This is my next one. So I'm going to do the same, and I'm going to open it all up. Okay, and I only have to gently open one side. Okay, don't worry if it rips too much. You can always, you know, collage over it or stick something over it. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Take it from this side. There we go. If you just gently peel it, it'll come undone. All right, and open it out, and I've got my line there. So again, I'm going to go in with my ruler and my blade, and I'm going to cut a line there, and make sure that this one also feeds through and sits reasonably well. Make sure that I've cut it long enough. That needs just a little extra length on that cut so that the full flap will nestle in there. Just a bit of an extra cut. Okay, so then we're going to, if you want to ink it, we're going to ink it. Okay, and I'm just going to use my vintage photo and add some ink to that. I'll fast forward this bit and then we'll come back. Okay, so now we can assemble it. So remember, we're starting with the base, and that is going to flip over. If I got that right. I can't remember which way it goes, guys. Right, let me just remember. Right, so that folded like that. So this is going to go that in there, okay, and this is going to go in there like so. Okay, fold it all shut, and then you'll remind yourself easier. That's going to go over the edge of the page. So what I can start and do now is, now I've got my layers, I can start and glue down these flaps, and it's going to be on the inside of the envelope, so it's going to look neater. Okay, it almost looks like seamless. So I've glued that, then I can reconstruct my envelope there. Okay, so tiny dot of glue there to reconstruct that, line of glue there, line of glue there. I'm reconstructing that envelope so nobody will ever know it's been in pieces. Okay, then I can open this one and do the same. Now I've cut this one down because I didn't have the right size envelopes. If you've got envelopes that, you know, are naturally one smaller than the other, you don't need to cut them down. So we're going to reconstruct this envelope. So we're going to put some glue here where it was originally, and I'm going to put a small dot of glue, very skinny dot of glue there, making sure I don't matter if I go on that flap because that's getting glued down anyway. Okay, and we're gluing that flap down. Okay, all right, reconstruct our envelope, glue that side down, any excess glue off. Okay, and we've got, come on, dry. My glue takes a while to dry sometimes. Okay, and then we've got our triple flip. Okay, so it goes that way, then it closes and it goes that way. Okay, I'm just gonna readjust that so that it sits nicer. There we go. Okay, and if you feel like you need a bit more ink, so we've got one that goes that way that you can put things in, one that goes that way that you can put things in, and then you've got that one that you can put things in. Okay, and then it's going to sit on my page like so. Now you could either glue that flap on there if you want, just glue it there, and have it as a tuck, or you can use a paper clip. I'm going to use a paper clip for now because I've not decided what I'm going to do. And so all of that will hold on with a paper clip, okay? And you've got 1, 2, 3, okay? So then we can start and just simply decorate it with the ephemera that we've made. So I've already got these made. These are my oversized film strips, I think I called them. Okay, so I'm just going to stick it at an angle like that. Again, you know, I like things in different orientations. It adds interest. I've just glued it on 2 sides so that I can, if I want, get one of my huge hoard of tags. Okay, I've got all of these from my, I think there's 100 tags in the collection in my Ko-fi shop. I'll link it below if you're interested, and then you cut them out and you've just got a huge pile there sat ready to go. So that can go in there like that. Okay, then we can grab some of our other ephemera. I've got postcard here. Will she fit in there? She's a bit large, but she can either, I mean, you can decorate each layer as well. I'm not going to do each layer on camera, I'm just showing you, but you could either tuck her in there or put her inside that envelope, okay, which I think I will do. So if I take it off my page, I can slip her in there, like so. And then I can clip all of that back on there. All right. You can stamp on them, you can collage on them, you can do what you like. Okay, so what can I put in there? Let me have a look what we've got. I could even put another little tag in there from my mega bundle of tags. Okay, I've got all sorts of little bits of ephemera lying around that you can add. I've got several of these collections in my Ko-fi shop. If you don't have any, go and have a look. Okay, so I can add that on there. So I've got more numbers, just making sure I don't glue it to the envelope below. Okay, and then here I can add more ephemera. Okay, and then here I could put one of these butterfly tags in here that I made. Stick another tag in there. See, when you've got your ephemera ready made, just print, cut and go. Then you can just lift, you've got the pile at the side of it, and you can just lift them and add them to your journal. It makes your life so much easier. I may well collage that there and do some stamping there. Let's have a look. What else can we add? What else have we made? We've made these tickets, haven't we? So we could layer the tickets under there. That would look quite cute. So let's have some tickets. So I'm just going to rip the bottom one off. I showed you how I made these. Okay, and if I'm clever about it, and I just glue the edge of there, then I can add these tickets on there. Okay. And still have room for another tuck, for another tag, once that glue's dry. Let's get one of my larger tags. So here's another one of my tags. So I can slip that in there. So you can see we're building up layers and building up layers. Okay. And I can still pin that on if I want, or glue it. I'll probably end up gluing it, but you know, because I've not finished decorating it yet, and it's always easier to decorate it when you take it off. And then here with the any space, you can collage with numbers like this. Okay, I like that. I like it, I do. If I just have those peeking there, like so, just a bit further up. Okay, and then I can get my stamps out if I like as well. Let's have a look what we've got here. I've got this little stamp, let me find a block. Okay. And some ink. I think I'm going to use soft suede. It's quite a nice brown, is that? can add your little numbers. Okay, and we can add one. Just take that tag out. Oh, have I glued it in? I'm going to add some little numbers here. Get your stamps out, have some fun. What else have I got? Let's have a look. I've got a little box at the side of me filled with lots and bits and bobs and goodness knows what that I can layer on from my various collections that I've made or that I've been making. Okay, a little guest check there. What else have I got? What else have I got that I can just sneak in there and just jazz it up a bit? So many labels, words. Love that. I've got these sticker flowers that I'm trying to use up as well. I've got another label there. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Okay. So then that one's going to open like that. So then I can carry on collaging if I so desire. Or you can leave it plain. So I'm going to just do a little bit of collaging around the edges. And then my idea is that if you leave it kind of a little bit plain, you can journal on there. You don't have to, you know, collage every last little bit of space. Okay. I think I'll have that like that. Yeah, so you can journal on them. Right on there. And let's have a look. What else have I got? So many little labels from my kits, and they're so useful. I want a different colour. I'm going to have that one. Okay. And then I've got a little collection of little numbers there, and I can write on there. All right. And it's just peeking out there as well. That's cute. Do with something there. Let's have a look what we've got in our collection. Let's have a look. I've got this, haven't I? Got those little words. Got these numbers. And also, you know, you can use ripped up bits from your leftover digitals, for example. Quite like these. Don't think it'll fit. I quite like that there. But then is that gonna, yeah, that would open. Is that gonna peek out too far? You've just got to think all of the time. You don't want things peeking out too far in your journal. That would peek out too far for me. Too far for my liking. Too far. So I'll find something to collage on there. Let's have these little words for now. Stick that under there like that, so it's just peeking out. Let me see if I can find a little piece of something to just go there in my crafty hoard. I've got quite a lot of leftover scraps from digitals. That's nice to put in a pocket. That's nice to put in a pocket. What we got here? Oh, I like that. That'll do. And so all I need to do, I've got this little bit of leftover patterned paper. Okay, and I can just let's just lift that up. Just lift that up. Change my mind on that. Let me just lift that up. I'm gonna have the patterned paper running the length of there. It just needs to be a bit smaller. A little bit smaller, Amanda. And it's gonna look fabulous. I want it quite long because I want it to run the full length of there. There we go, that's cute. Bit of ink on these white spaces. Oh, I'm using the wrong ink. I'm using my soft suede, but you can absolutely use your normal, like these are Stampin' Up inks. You can still use those to ink with. You don't have to have Tim Holtz. The Tim Holtz is just, their distress inks are just designed to be more opaque. But they're all much of a muchness. Okay, a little bit of collage on here. Okay. Have it that way. Shall we have it that way? Have it that way. No, I want it that way. That's better. See how you're just building the layers up with just bits of scraps? Have a look what's in your scrap box. I hate scraps, so if I can just get them used up and get rid of them, I'm a happy, happy bunny. I absolutely am. Just need to make sure that that's not in the way of that folding open, and it's not. There we go. I've got this little bit of ephemera here. I could put in that pocket. Just random stuff left over from other projects. Yep, and that will go in there. I can journal on there, or I could add this as an actual photo from somewhere. I don't know where I've got that. Let's just lift that back and I'll add that. No, if I'm clever, I'll just glue it on the two sides and then I can use it as a tuck. Just lift that word up because I want it just underneath that. Okay. Get that how I want it. You could continue to build up a collage there, but there you've got yourself a little tuck space as well once that glue's dry. Once the glue's dry. Okay. And you can stamp there or you can write there, whatever you like. Too much, Amanda. I'm going to leave it there. Okay. And then that one will open like so. You've got your tag in there. And what a fab little page filler. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you managed to follow along. I hope I wasn't shot. But how cool is that? So here we've now got a tag in here. Okay. And then this opens that way. We've got ephemera in there. We've got ourselves a little tuck here, which when it's dry, because it's like a photo, it's taking a bit longer to dry, I can put another little tag in there, I bet. Yep, I can have another little tag in there as long as it's not in the way of that shutting. So then I've got a layer of double tags. There's so much going on this page now from just 3 envelopes. I've even stuck one of my hairs to it. I think that's just a texture. Let's see if we can find a tag with a bit of colour. There's so many tags in this collection. I've got some with like florals on somewhere. I've done loads of them. Yeah, that one's got that nice girl on. She can go in there. So I've got my tickets using that as a tuck that we made. And then obviously, you know, if you glued the back there, the whole thing would be another flip. But there's quite a lot of weight there, so I'm happy with it pinned. And then if I decide I want to move it, I can move it. If I decide I want to carry on working on it, I can lift it out and carry on adding to it. And what I'll do is, probably as I've got other little bits of scraps as I'm working along, I might come back to this and think, oh, that little bit of scrap would look good there. And I'll add as I'm going through the book. But that is a fantastic, fantastic handmade bit of ephemera from just 3 envelopes. Okay, so I hope you like that. I hope you'll give it a try. Thanks for watching. Take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.